For the secant graph, period length is still 2 pi. Same normal points, 0 pi over 2 pi, 3 pi over 2 pi, as we would for sine, cosine, and cosecant. We use the same points for secant. We know that 0 for secant is going to be 1. So 0, there's 1. We know pi over 2 is going to be no solution or an asymptote because it's the exact opposite of the cosine. And the pi is going to be -1. So go down to pi -1. The secant of 3 pi over 2 is undefined, so there's a second asymptote in the period. The cosecant of 2 pi is 1. So 2 pi, go to 1. Now this middle, in between the two asymptotes shown, we're going to go down like that. This side is going to come up to the asymptote, and the left is going to go up to its asymptote. So there's the one period of the secant graph. To do a second period, I'm going to have at the 1/4 mark and 3/4 mark asymptotes. That means on this side, it's just going to continue and it's going to go up to finish that graph. At -pi, it's going to go upside down, and at -2 pi, it's going to go up like that. Now you can see as we put the period lengths together, that's where the upward facing U shows up at. And in the middle of the asymptotes, that's for each period, are going to be the downward facing U. Okay, for example 5, it shows y equals secant of 2x. And we know that this is going to be a period shift, or sorry, a period change. So I take my normal period, 2 pi, I'll divide it by that number since it's a 2, and now the normal period, or the period for this graph, is going to be pi units wide. So how does that make a change? Well, up here, it went from 0 to 2 pi for one period. Now I've got to fit all this inside of 1 pi unit. So if here's pi, divide it into half again. Now I'm going to divide it into fourths. And I'm going to do the same thing on the negative side. -3/4, -pi over 4. Marker gets kind of big there to read, but this one says pi over 2 here. Okay, so just like up top here, the 1/4 and the 3/4 mark get the asymptote, so at 1/4 and at 3/4. Same thing with the negative at the 1/4 mark and the 3/4 mark. There is no scalar, so the scale is going to stay at 1 and -1. We know the middle one goes upside down, and from here on the left and right, it's going to go up like that. So there's the first period. Working back a period, the middle one is going to go upside down. The one on the right is going to go up, and so is the one on the left. And so there's 2 periods of y equals the secant of 2x.